Today, I want to talk with you about my honest experience with NMN. So, the first time I ever heard about NMN, I was out on a trail hiking, listening to David Sinclair's book, Lifespan. Like him or not, David Sinclair has probably been responsible directly or indirectly for more people gaining an interest in longevity than probably anybody else in the world. And I was listening to that book and listening to all of the experiments they were doing and hearing about the mice that were seeing the improvements in endurance, all the other things that they were mentioning about how fascinating the results that they were seeing in their experience from studying NMN. And I thought, that would be cool to try it, but I'll probably never be able to get it, right? You probably have to work in a lab or something to get it. And then I looked around and found, no, wait, you can actually get it. You can actually get NMN. Now, this is a few years ago. I decided, you know what? I want to try it. My curiosity was piqued. I wanted to know what it would do, if it would do anything. I got some NMN and I started taking it, and I have to say, I noticed something right away. Right away, my energy levels just went up. I started having more energy. Now, I have detailed that and all of the benefits that I'm going to talk about in other videos, so I'm going to go a little bit short on that here in this video because there's something else I want to get to later on. So energy was the first thing, and it was undeniable. I definitely felt more energy, so much so that I was kind of worried about maybe it was going to disrupt my sleep. Well, that was not the case. In fact, my sleep actually improved. I was sleeping better. And that was pretty cool. And I had heard that that might be the case, and it actually was. I also started to notice improvements in strength. So I was working on my pull-ups, and I noticed the ability to increase the number of pull-ups that I could do in conjunction with taking NMN. I also noticed an improvement in endurance. I was training for an ultra marathon, specifically to go to the Grand Canyon and go rim to rim to rim. And we were really at the intense part of that training where you're just at the peak, building up, getting ready to go. And so the training runs are very long and oftentimes in the heat of the day. And I was very in tune with my body during that time and my fitness, and I just started to notice just a little something extra, especially towards the end of those very long workouts. And I really had to take a step back and say, I think that's the NMN. And I'm convinced that that there was something going on there that was making a difference. Another thing I noticed was changes in my skin. Positive changes in my skin. And again, I talk about that in other videos. I will link those in the description below. But basically, I had something on the side of my face right here that was, I don't know what it was. It was kind of a growth type of thing that had been there for years. And I started taking NMN a little while later. It fell off and never came back. And I was thinking, whoa, that's kind of strange. I didn't know for sure if it was the NMN, but the timing aligned very well. So you're looking at me from the laundry room, have this pull-up bar here. If you like today's video, please remember to subscribe. And remember, and also hit the like button so other people can see this video as well. It's hard to do pull-ups like this because I got my knees bent, got to hold them like that. But hey, if you don't want to go to the gym, this is a great way to get in some pull-ups. Remember to subscribe. Thank you. The point that I wanted to make in this video is that my experience is my experience. It's just what I experienced in taking NMN. And you're probably wondering, well, how much did you take and what brand where did you get it from, right? What company did you get it from? I am going to talk about that a little bit later. But I want to make this point. This experience was my own personal experience. I can't say that that's going to be everybody else's experience that tries NMN. And yes, I have heard about the research and I've seen the videos of people looking at all the studies and pointing out that the results are mixed. I have to be honest with you, if I had seen those videos or seen that information before taking NMN, I probably would have skipped it. I probably would have thought, you know what? There's too much confusion here. It's not very clear and it's not very consistent, these benefits that people are seeing or not seeing. So based on that and on the cost, I probably would have skipped NMN altogether. But mixed results doesn't mean no results. It means that some people had some benefits and some people didn't. And probably going to need more research to figure out why. Why are some people experiencing these positive things and other people aren't? You cannot just simply explain that by saying, oh, it's placebo. There's too many stories out there of people taking it and saying, yeah, this is definitely benefiting me. But I have to say, if I look at the comments on the videos on my channel, I have seen that the comments actually align with the mixed results. The comments are also mixed. There are a lot of comments of people saying, oh, I took NMN and noticed this and this and this, and it was very awesome. And they swear by NMN, they're going to take it for the rest of their life. Something like that. Other people comment and say, well, I tried NMN, I took it for a few months, didn't notice anything. So you have this sort of, wide range of responses and experiences that people have. Very, very positive, or not really anything. Nothing negative. I haven't seen anything really negative other than, well, I tried it, I spent the money, and nothing happened. I didn't feel anything. And I have to say, you know what? I'm glad that I did not see that information. I did not see the videos of a researcher looking at all of the studies and saying, you know what? The results are mixed. Because if I did, I would have missed out. I would have missed out on taking NMN altogether. And for me personally, it's been a great experience. Okay, so let's talk about, well, how much were you taking and what brand? So I actually started off with Pro Health Longevity. I did a bunch of research and compared a bunch of different companies, and Pro Health Longevity kind of rose to the top of my list at that time. And so I got some NMN from them and started taking it. Shortly after that, I switched to Do Not Age. In fact, in one of my videos, I talk about this and say, I'm thinking about switching to NMN or to Do Not Age. And I did. And the reason I switched to Do Not Age is that they're producing a very high quality product. Both companies produce very, very high quality product, very high purity. They're both produced in a GMP certified or manufactured in a GMP certified facility. They're both third party tested, high levels of purity. Do Not Age was just a little bit more pure, just a little bit higher score, and they were more affordable. So I decided, okay, I'm just going to go with them. And that's the company that I've gone with ever since. Now, as far as how much I was taking, I started off with 500 milligrams. Started taking that, and I can't remember how long, but shortly after that, I bumped that up to 1 gram per day, and that's where I stayed, 1 gram per day. So let's talk about NMN and TMG. When taking NMN, it is recommended that you also take TMG along with it because TMG is a methyl donor and it requires a lot of methylation to convert NMN to NAD. Now, TMG is pretty awesome in and of itself. There are lots of research, very strong research and studies that show the very powerful potential benefits of TMG. There's multiple videos on this channel that you can look at if you're interested in learning more about that. Now, some people have suggested that the reason people think that they're feeling benefits from taking NMN is because they're also taking TMG and they're confusing the benefits of TMG with benefits of NMN. Basically, they're taking TMG along with it and thinking that they're having positive benefits because of the TMG, not the NMN, right? And you know what? If you look at the research, if you see those videos and the information about the conflicting mixed results regarding NMN, that's a very logical conclusion. I could see how anyone would come to that conclusion. Here's what I would say if someone came to me and said, Jared, you know, you're really not, those benefits that you're feeling or thinking that you're feeling are not really coming from the NMN. They're coming from the TMG. I would say, well, I actually took NMN for 6 months before I ever started taking TMG. And I noticed all of those benefits in that period of time. In fact, in the first 60 days, I noticed tremendous benefits from taking NMN. So you couldn't say, no, you're confusing that with TMG, because I wasn't even taking TMG at that time. But now, whenever I take NMN, I also make sure that I take TMG along with it. Again, my experience is my experience. I can't deny that I had positive benefits taking NMN. Why am I a person who has experienced these positive things and someone else isn't? I don't know. I don't know what the determining factor is. All I know is that for me, I'm going to continue to keep NMN on my longevity stack.